This is the 5-Minute Youth Devotional Reading with Alex Sarria.
June 30. A bad joke? Mark 5:25 and 26 says, a woman in the crowd had suffered for 12 years with constant bleeding. Jesus had just come ashore and a crowd surrounds him. He's still by the sea when Jairus, a dignitary of the synagogue, comes to beg him to heal his daughter who's dying. So they start the journey to Jairus' house with a multitude of people crowding and pushing them. The story then diverts our attention to a marginalized woman. She had a disease for 12 years that made her unclean. No one can touch her, neither her husband, nor her children, nor her elderly parents. She was a dead woman alive. She knows, however, that the slightest brush of Jesus' hand can save her. She then decides to carry out an act of sheer madness that only people of faith can think of, to touch the hem of his garment. In the confusion of the crowd, she slowly sneaked close until at last she could touch the master. Then, miraculously, she is healed. Between joy and shame, she decides to walk away anonymously when she hears Jesus shout, "Who has touched my garments?" Both the disciples and the crowd were perplexed. The disciples, as good students, are quick to clarify to their master, "But Rabbi, don't you see there's a crowd around you? Is this a joke?" And the woman's legs begin to shake. She's afraid that this is not just a bad joke, but a potential public quarrel. She gets close with her head hanging down and acknowledges her boldness. And Jesus declares that she is healed. And she's already entitled to the affection of all. He resurrects her socially and does so with a sense of humor. They're still smiling when a messenger comes to tell Jairus that his daughter has died. The father collapses, and Jesus asks him to continue to trust him. The professional mourners are already there when Christ arrives at the house. Their wails and moans increase in volume, as does the pain of the relatives, and Jesus breaks the ice once again, informing them that the young girl is asleep. Another bad joke? No. A new warning that he's about to do something extraordinary. As he whispers, "Little girl, get up," the miracle takes place. The girl comes back to life with a voracious hunger, something typical of healthy people. He resurrects her biologically, and with his sense of humor, Jesus faces adversities from the certainty of having the solution. He knows that nothing is impossible for him, and he's allowed to minimize illness and death. For him, they are not obstacles, but opportunities to show his affection for the living who die and the dead in life. And what's surprising is that he does so in good humor. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. If this was helpful for you, please share it with a friend. And if you haven't already, please subscribe. Always remember this: walking with God is the greatest thing you could ever do. You are his priority. Make him yours, and you will always live out your purpose. God bless.